Money has a lot more to do with your habits and your beliefs and the way that you live than it does with math, or it does with what's the next best stock or the next best investment to be a part of. If you want to know exactly what it takes to become wealthy, you've got to develop these 6 characteristics. These characteristics were found out by researchers many years ago. They ended up writing a book about it called The Millionaire Next Door. These are people that went out and studied millionaires, and they figured out some of the characteristics that they had, and these are the 6 major characteristics that they determined were key to building wealth and the obtaining financial independence. So if you want to know how to build wealth and obtain financial independence, and you want to know what these 6 characteristics are, stay tuned because we're going to discuss it in this video. My name is Paris Clough, and this is Financial Self-Reliance. In this video and this channel, we love helping people manage, protect, and grow their money. In this video, we're going to discuss the findings of the Millionaire Next Door, the research that was done and put into that to be able to determine exactly what it takes to become financially independent and to build wealth. This particular set of 6 characteristics is paramount to you being able to build wealth and turn your income into wealth and to become financially independent. So let's jump right into the 6 characteristics, and then I'm going to share with you a way for you to be able to determine where you are on each one of these characteristics. There's a survey that you can take in the description below, like a link that you can click to be able to take a survey to find out where you are in each one of these 6 characteristics and what things you need to work on in order to make sure that you are headed in the right direction towards building wealth and becoming one of the next millionaires next door. So the first thing here is confidence. Confidence comes from financial literacy, it comes from education, it comes from knowing and having experience, whether it's your own experience or the experience of others that you're borrowing, like a financial coach, or maybe even a mentor that you have access to. So confidence is critical. There's 2 sides of confidence, though. You can be underconfident, which means that you're second guessing all the time, and then you can be overconfident, where you think you know too much and you think you know everything already, and so you don't need to have anybody tell you or teach you the right way to do anything because you already know everything. And so you need to be careful with overconfidence and underconfidence. Each one of these characteristics, by the way, has an over and an under, and so you kind of want to find yourself right in the middle there on each one of these things, because you don't want to be on either extreme of those things. So this is going to be an opportunity for you to know the 6 characteristics and then figure out where you kind of are in that on the spectrum. So the next one here I'm going to talk about is frugality, being frugal. People who live within their means are going to have the highest success of obtaining wealth and becoming financially independent. You have to learn to have the discipline you're spending so that you live within your means. What that means is that you're making money and then you're spending less than what you're making. So you're making a lot more money than you're spending, and that extra goes towards building your wealth. So being frugal is important. Now, you don't want to be overspend and just throw caution to the wind and buy everything, and then you're in debt up to your eyeballs, and you don't want to be a miser where you're penny pinching every little thing and you're not enjoying life. So again, the 2 extremes of frugality. You want to be somewhere right in the middle where you have a nice balance. The next thing is control. Are you in control of your finances, or is your money in control of you? And so control comes with you being able to know exactly what you're going to do or what you're about to do, or the plan that you've set in place will produce the results that you're looking for. So do you have control of your money? Now, there's people who are overburdensome and over controlling in every little detail, and there's people that don't do anything or have any control of anything, and they're codependent. Again, the extremes of control, you don't want to be on either end of those. You want to be right in the middle there somewhere with a nice balance. The 4th one here is focus. So what is your focus? Are you focused? Do you get easily distracted when it comes to money? As soon as you see a commercial, do you think, oh, I got to buy that, like squirrel, or do you absolutely stay focused, laser beam focused on your goals? So one of the things that the extremes of being in this particular category of focus is you don't want to be out of focus so much that you're blurring the lines and you're kind of just spending and doing whatever, and you're like, oh, I have a goal, but whatever, I want to do this thing now, because your emotions are kind of guiding you every day way more than they should be. And emotions are good. It's part of how we should make decisions, but we should also make decisions based on our logic and reason. And so focus helps us with that. If we're being distracted by our friends to go spend more money than we should, we need to stay focused, and we need to be able to say no. And so again, having a good balance in your focus, being able to say yes to the right things and no to the right things, is going to be important for you to stay focused on your goals and stay focused on your plan so that you can eventually obtain your goals. All right, number 5 here is planning and monitoring. This is so important. Most people absolutely skip this phase. I'm actually working on a software product that's going to help you manage and plan your money in a way that'll blow your mind. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe as I do more videos on that particular software. You're going to want to get it yourself, I'm sure. After I saw it, I was like, I have to have this because this is good stuff. But monitoring your transactions, every single transaction that you have with your money, every purchase that you make, every amount of money that you make, you should be tracking that. You should be keeping track of your net worth, keeping track of your assets, your liabilities, your expenses, your income. Everything should be tracked. Whether you do it with the software that I'm going to share with you more and more on this channel, or you have a spreadsheet or some other thing that you do, the important thing is to track your money. In fact, a significant portion of millionaires track their money to the dollar. They know exactly how much they spend every year in every category that they have to spend money in. So you might think that having a budget or tracking your money is burdensome, and it is burdensome. But top tier athletes practice every day. If you want to be a top tier athlete, you have to go to practice for hours every day. If you want to be a top tier musician, you have to practice every single day. If you want to be a multimillionaire, every day the practice that you do is tracking your money. Where do my expenses go? Where's my income? How much money am I making? How much money am I spending? Once you track, the next thing you do at practice is you educate, you learn, you become more financially literate, you become wise, you do your due diligence on investments and other things in savings accounts, and you get out of debt quickly. Just every day there's a practice to becoming wealthy. If you have the goal of becoming wealthy, you have to do the day-to-day grind of practicing for that eventual goal of wealth. And that is through planning and monitoring and tracking and staying accountable to your money. The sixth one is social indifference. And this is hard because there's so many social media accounts out there showing all the cool things that people are doing, the travel that they're having, the things that they're buying, the wonderful things that they're getting and able to do. And oftentimes we can be distracted, which goes back to focus on everything that's going on around us. We see our neighbor pull in a brand new boat or a brand new car, or we see them throw away a box of a brand new TV, and we're like, oh my gosh, I want to have that same TV. Or we hear about this new thing that our friend bought on social media as they show their pictures of all these cool things that they're doing. And we want to do those things too. Well, social indifference is paramount to becoming successful. You have to care about what's going on in the world, sure, but not so much so that it blows all your plans financially. You don't want to keep up with the Joneses, because the Joneses, I promise you, are not doing most of the things that we talked about earlier, the other characteristics. If people appear to be doing wonderful, amazing, crazy, fun things in their world and spending a bunch of money, they're probably in debt. They probably aren't as disciplined as you are, and as focused and frugal and confident and in control, etc. And they're not tracking. So be careful with social indifference. You don't want to be to the point where you don't care about anything anybody does and you're just doing your own thing. But at the same time, you don't want to be spending because everybody bought the new thing and you have to be a part of the cool kids club. So it's important to make sure that you're socially indifferent, meaning that you make your own decisions, that you're not easily influenced by outside influences, but that you also take those into consideration in your life. I hope this video helps you understand that actually becoming wealthy has a lot more to do with your habits and your beliefs and the way that you live your life than it does with math. If you missed the last video I produced, you can go ahead and find it here, subscribe to the channel up here, and check out this video that YouTube thinks you might like. Until the next one, have a fantastic day.